Steve Bannon is surprisingly not very happy about Trump's big ugly bill passing in the House, and he's being very clear with MAGA about his issues. Now, doesn't mean he's not lying a bunch while doing so, but he does have some concerns. Let's jump into it.
I have not changed my mind one bit on this bill. This bill could be a lot better. I'm very concerned about the deficits in the short term, but given the totality of President Trump's program, it's the best you're going to get for right now. And I'm very upset. I think defense spending is too much. I think that the Social Security taxes are not acceptable, but it's going to go to the Senate, then it's a conference, and we got more time to work on this. I do believe, and I've stand by this, you've got to increase the taxes or not give the tax cut to the wealthy, not for right now. Just can't happen. And I understand some of these things are not popular, and they're not popular in the White House, but that's just the reasonable people can disagree. However, I'm the biggest proponent of pushing out the totality of the package, including the tariff revenue, including what the growth rate is that can be backed up, because President Trump's proved in the past that his tax cuts drive growth.
No, that's not true. I think it's interesting that he's saying don't jack up defense spending so much. Maybe he's being honest about that. Maybe it's just posturing because he knows that they're going to get it. But maybe he's being honest and he's saying it's too expensive. He talked about the possibility that they don't extend the tax cuts for the wealthy or whatever, which is interesting if he actually means that and is really trying to drive that message home and actually could get the voters to push them. That would be interesting. But he can't. He can't be honest, because at the end he talks about how, in the past it's driven growth. I mean, look, certain kinds of growth, sure. Rich people did get much richer when you cut their taxes significantly, when you cut corporate taxes in half. That is going to benefit the wealthy, that's true. But broad-based growth, the sort of growth that we are promised every 8 years or so when Republicans do this sort of thing, that didn't actually happen. Studies, postmortems of the tax bill have showed that it did fuel investment, but it didn't pay for itself. It didn't generate more tax benefit or more revenue for the government than you would have gotten from the taxes, not at all. It helped grow the economy by about 0.1 percentage points a year, but it added $100 billion a year to the debt to do so. That seems kind of expensive. I mean, one might think that literally just giving that $100 billion to working Americans to spend would generate a lot more than 0.1% of economic growth, but what do I know? I'm not an elite. And by the way, the Trump administration said that their corporate tax cuts would very conservatively lead to a $4,000 boost in household income. New research shows that those who are in less than about $114,000 on average saw no change in earnings from the corporate tax rate cut, while top executive salaries increased sharply. And nobody could have predicted that that's the way it went. Brett.
I mean, I love everything about this story except for what's behind Steve Bannon in his shot.
I know.
How many pictures of Jesus do you need, and why? Oh, why, for the love of Christ, do you have a thing that says in front of those pictures, we can do hard things? And Jesus is holding his fingers up as if to say, I see what you did there, you pervert.
Yeah. It's a little pep talk for the southern regions.
And he's like, oh, the totality of the package and the growth rate. Oh, it's disgusting. Steve Bannon.
He's a little economic pervert, I think.
Steve Bannon, to use another Princess Bride reference, is coating this disgusting pill in so much chocolate, so people he has convinced that he represents the populism that will, earnestly, that will benefit everyone in the country, so that it'll go down easier. It's disgusting. He is there telling you that poop doesn't stink and garbage tastes delicious. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's so wrong, it's so stupid, and I hate it.
Yeah.
And here's what I look like. It is very easy for conservatives to say, listen, it's difficult for us to do business when we're killed by these regulations and we're killed by the taxes. Their argument, the Steelman argument, is like, if we don't have to put money into the taxes, which go like, if I have to pay $500,000 in taxes, that's $5 million I don't have to invest in a business that will generate a bunch of jobs and a bunch of revenue going to a bunch of different people. That's their argument. But when we lower those taxes, they still complain about them. And at the same time, they're saying to you, if you're not making enough money in this job that I was, through the grace of low taxes and regulation cuts, able to provide, you're not working hard enough. You're not doing enough to make your life more financially solvent. Well, why can't I say that to business owners? Why don't you guys, when we give you taxes, just work harder? Why don't you figure it out? Why is it that everyone else is like so lazy except for you? Meanwhile, we rightly point out that there is so much money going in government subsidies to people like Walmart, who essentially, instead of paying their workers a living wage, make me pay taxes as an employee of a company who, I pay taxes because I have an income-based tax structure. I am paying Walmart workers the money that goes to food stamps. Now, I think we need to, one way we can eliminate tax burdens in America is to tell Walmart to eat that and pay their companies a living wage in America. Because I'm sorry, you guys are the only morons who can't offshore like brick and mortar Walmart store jobs somewhere because people need to like stand in the building and welcome you and tell you to watch out for falling prices. But like, why is that the dynamic in America? And how did they get away with it?
Yeah, and bribery.